Good evening, Pittsburgh sports fans. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Sports Desk. Joining me are my co-hosts, Edward and Tracy. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, William. Good evening, Trace.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Ed.
How we doing tonight? Good?
Very well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for asking. Yes, have some.
Okay. All right. So, some stuff to talk about tonight. Steelers' first preseason game is in the books against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll get into that. 19 starters sat. So, but there's still some things to talk about, things I saw, things you guys saw. We'll get into this Cam Hayward contract dispute. Boswell has a contract dispute as well. Some other Steelers news and notes. They broke camp today, so they are officially done with training camp. So get into that. I know we got the Bucks coming in. Buccaneers, that is, coming in Saturday night for preseason game. Talk a little NFL news. There's some stuff going around the league. Am I missing any other stuff from the Steelers? I think we've got a lot to talk about. I know I have a lot of thoughts. I'm sure you guys have a lot of thoughts on this Cam Hayward contract. Pirates, pretty rough right now in Milwaukee. We'll get into that. Some injuries to talk about there. Penguins, not too much on the home front on the Penguins. A couple deals made, nothing really crazy. But and then I figured let's talk a little Pitt football. We're pretty damn close here. A couple weeks, 3 weeks from the first game against Duquesne at Acrisure.
The battle for the Mon.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game. There's some little bit of news and notes from not too much from Pitt's training camp. I believe they broke training camp as well, or no, they have maybe a couple more days. I'm not sure on that.
I just think it's going to be a long season, Billy. I really do.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I don't think that. I think it's going to be pretty tough for them. It's going to be tough sledding. So, but all right, let's get right into it. First, I want to cover some injuries for the Steelers. Cameron McCutcheon has been replaced on the IRL and is expected to miss the entire 2025 season. So, and also Jonas Smith missed practice yesterday. Knee issue. He said it's nothing. Coach Tomlin doesn't expect the injury to be long-term. Calvin Austin III is dealing with a minor abdominal muscle injury and has missed a week. He actually missed a week of practice. He missed the first preseason game as well. So not sure how serious that is. Darius Slay, I guess, on Monday rolled an ankle. Appears to be okay. And obviously we know Will Howard has that broken bone in his throwing hand. Likely to miss the remainder of the preseason game. I don't know. Tomlin in his last press conference said there's a slight chance that he may play in the final preseason game against the Panthers. He may be ready. He may or may not be ready. But there's a slight chance he might play. I don't know. So
I have to say the BS flag on that one because next week is the final game, so he's not playing.
Yeah, not a broken bone, right, Eddie?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was kind of taken back by that. I was like, "What?" The guy broke his bone in his hand, for crying out loud. How's he going to be ready? Like you said, how's he going to be ready for the last preseason game? They only have 3.
Yeah, he's not.
What was it? Ground up deer antlers? What Ray Lewis used?
He did it.
Deer antler spray.
Erase the fact that he murdered people. It was a dual action. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be in my head. I'm sorry.
All right. Woo! All right. So do we want to break down the game or do we want to talk these contracts first?
Fielder's choice. Go for it, Billy. Pick one.
Trace, heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay, we'll go ahead and talk the game here. What did you like? What did you see? What stuck out to you? There's a couple things that stuck out to me. I mean, he's not going to be here, but I thought Skylar Thompson really played his. I thought he played well. I mean, I thought he really showcased his talent for other teams. I mean, I really did. He's not going to be here. I mean, we know he's not going to be here. But I thought, he was 20 for 28, 233 yards, 3 touchdowns, had a 132 passer rating. I mean, I know it was against second and third teamers, but I mean, I thought he looked good. Mason Rudolph, I thought performed well. The time that he was in there, I mean, he had, he was 9 for 10, 84 yards and a touchdown to Mount Washington. I thought very, very impressive. Jaguars played most of their guys on defense in that first opening drive. They started pulling guys out, I think, in the second series or after the second series. But I tell you what, Mason Rudolph marched Mason Rudolph in that offense marched right down and scored, which I was pretty impressed by. I like Keyshawn Williams, that undrafted rookie. He caught a couple passes. He had that touchdown grab. I thought Darnell Washington played well. He caught that 19-yarder, like I alluded to in the opening drive. Scotty Miller, guys. How about Scotty Miller?
Oh, yeah.
Catches for 47 yards. He had that 122-yard explosive play that was in that 2-minute touchdown drive. And how about this kid, Max Hurlman? I mean, man, he had that touchdown catch and another couple catches. Shows a little bit of playmaking ability. Defensively, I thought Thornhill, I liked him. He had that clean hit there in the Jaguars first series in the first quarter to break up that pass over the middle. And unfortunately, he's hurt now and he's probably going to miss the season. But Cameron McCutcheon, he had that interception. Unfortunately, it was negated by a penalty. But Y.A. Black, I thought was good. I thought he was impressive. He had a few snaps, but he had some pressures, and he was good against the run. I thought Cole Holcomb, great to see him back. Look really good. Shaved the mullet, cut the mullet. He made a pretty notable play. I don't remember you guys remember that he broke up a third down pass. Jack Sawyer, I thought he had about 4 or 5 pressures. Very, very good looking edge rusher, I think. One guy I didn't like was Kyler McMichael. I tell you what, if he makes the team, it's going to be a crime. I mean, he did not look good. He had those 2 open field tackles that he missed. That one was for like a 28-yard gain. I mean, it was just he made absolutely no effort to make the tackle on that play, none whatsoever. I mean, it was bad. I thought he stuck out to me as having the worst game. What'd you guys think about Jones? I thought Jones was decent. I thought the limited snaps he had in there, I thought he did a good job. Honestly, I thought he didn't make any mistakes. I mean, there was no All right, I talked enough. Let's hear what you guys have to say.
Go ahead, Trace.
Yes. Did the first teams, I think our defense gave up just a field goal. Is that right? I thought that was a win for us, right? Because it didn't look like they were able to just march down the field like before. Now, Eddie thought they were a little bit lackluster still, but I saw a little bit more potential there. Like, I didn't see them losing ground and whatnot there. I was pretty happy about that. But the depth at many of the positions, I'm happy with the depth at quarterback, at least content. I'm happy with middle linebacker. I like Harmon, the addition down there, the Sawyer, obviously, right? And I think the defensive backfield's pretty tight. As long as we can get that pressure up the middle from either Benton, hopefully Hayward if he shows up, and Harmon, I think we might be all right. What do you think, Eddie?
We got Bojo real quick chiming in. Hello, brothers. God bless. God
What's
bless
up,
you
Rob?
too.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
So I thought we'll start with the quarterback. Thought Skylar Thompson did what he was supposed to do against third and fourth teams, because none of those guys will be in the NFL. But I thought he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. People are like, no, I was just going to say, people are like, oh, he did a fantastic job. Yeah, I mean, it was against third teamers, really. Yeah. I mean,
but that's what you want the quarterback to do. That you want him to go.
Right, he put competence on film. He really did.
Did he showcase his talents for other teams? Do I think he's going to be here? He may be a practice squad guy. Do you think he's going to want to play on the practice squad, or he's going to want to go elsewhere?
I think he's going to want to try that arm.
Well, yeah. I mean, do you think? I mean, what would you do? Hey, we're signing you to the practice squad, or hey, you know what? There's 5 other teams that could use you as a number 3. I mean, what are you going to do?
I don't think he'll last long on the practice squad. He'll just get scooped up by somebody.
That's right. You won't be able to protect that one, right?
Nobody put on the practice squad. Yin's guys rock from Rob. Well, thank you, sir. So we'll start with Skyler. He did what he was supposed to do. This is a quarterback that started an NFL playoff game. And Mason did what he was supposed to do against second and third teamers. They did not have their starting defense out there. They did not have their ends out there whatsoever. Correct. So those ends would have made a massive difference. 77 does not have good footwork, I hate to say. And the ball, I think on average, was coming out 1.9 to 2.1 seconds. They did not mess around because they have a problem at tackle. They really do. And they did give ground and get pushed back. I mean, it was noticeable. It truly was. That's good.
Somebody brought that up a couple of weeks ago. Wasn't Eddie?
Yeah, that's the key to this team. They're going to be hard pressed because they're that offense, man.
Can I? I know I say a lot of stuff. Can I say something real quick?
It's your show. Go ahead, Billy.
No, it's not my show. It's our show. So
sorry, Goose.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this about Mason. The only blemish I saw with him was taking that sack. That was about an 11-yard loss. And, well,
the line collapsed, and that was your starting line.
Correct. But, I mean, he should have threw it away. I mean, you've been in the league 5 years. You ought to know. You know what I mean? I mean, that was the only blemish. I mean, you took an 11-yard. It was an 11-yard loss on that sack. I mean, it was. So.
And then really, I mean, for a couple stab catches here and there, Skyler could have been ordinary. I mean, he had a couple good catches, and their prevent was pathetic. It truly was on Jacksonville. I mean, it was just listless, and they had no desire to play. So, I think the Steelers have the same issues they always had, and it's going to be that line. If that line cannot perform, they're in trouble.
Right.
And as now, they can't perform. I want to see how many, because there's a lot. I go over the transaction history. If you go to NFL.com, it gives you transactions. They signed Andres Pete. I don't know if he made it in the game because they signed him late in the week.
He did. He did play. Yeah,
he made it. Wow,
he did play, and he had a penalty too. I think he had a hold.
Well, he's a quality lineman.
Yeah, from New Orleans.
Yeah, truly quality lineman. Yeah. He got chased out of Miami for bullying, but he had a nice career in New Orleans. I think it's a quality backup. A guy who can play multiple positions. And then, really, truly, the highlight of the game, because both sides were just meh. Highlight of the game was a 70-yard friggin' field goal.
How about that? I wanted to touch on that. I mean, what a kick! Hey, that could have been a 72-yarder. He had probably about 3 or 4 yards to spare on that.
Here's a question for you. I rewatched it. They did rush, but they didn't get that much height. I'm surprised that they didn't get higher because it's such a long kick. The trajectory was very low. Yeah. I think they could have blocked it. I looked at it again before it came on. I think if the lineman stood up a little bit, I think they could have got it, but I couldn't tell.
Well, this day and age, you got to watch with that because we know how they call those penalties for
leverage. Yeah,
leverage. Yeah.
But no, I just meant if they got their hands up more, they did, but they didn't really, because every time there's a long field goal, special teams coach will say, "Hey, low trajectory."
Well,
jump.
It's going to be low.
Yeah,
for sure, it's going to be low. I mean, you're not. It's going to be I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, I could not believe that he nailed that. I mean, it was, and like I said, there was probably 3 or 4 yards to spare.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think he tries that in a regular season though?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh yeah.
Now that he's done it, right?
Well, the same situation, they'll just do something different. They'll make sure that their tight ends stay back because the Steelers in a regular season game would have put somebody back.
Correct. So Tucker has the regular. It was 66, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's impressive.
Well, in about 30 days, any weather condition at all will change that ball too. By the way.
Yeah, but he kicks indoors too sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that was impressive. Overall I thought it was kind of hard to grade people because the defenses on both sides were so vanilla. There's people running wide open everywhere. Those crossers underneath were open. Everything was open because they were just playing, soft zones. There was nothing.
And
nobody was matched up one-on-ones,
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, we say, that Rudolph and Thompson look good, and I mean, like you said, there was all you have to do is just make an accurate pass, and I mean that was, there was tons of guys open. You're right. I mean, it wasn't, I hate to say it, but it wasn't like it wasn't a true test. It wasn't a true test of, I don't know.
I think it looked more like a glorified scrimmage. I mean, it was entertaining, but I mean that's the way most of the league's been this first game. Right. Nobody's really.
I do think that Washington. That's a good look at Washington. I think he's gonna be hard to stop in the red zone.
Yeah, I don't think you ever see. Here's my first bold statement. I don't think we ever see that play again the rest of the year. I'm done.
You say that, but that's what Kenny Pickett threw to the other guy. But everything was 2 years ago, so that play is still in their arsenal, Eddie.
Yeah, the other guy's a pass catcher. I'm just saying, I don't think we see it the rest of the year, honestly. And that's not. That's not good. I mean, they just abandoned everything.
He caught the first touchdown last year in the second game.
Yeah,
and it was a similar play.
And then what happened the rest of the year?
It was a fade route, actually, even in the corner.
And he never caught another one the rest of the year.
I know.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, Trace. I mean, it's just the indictment on the Steelers.
I mean,
what was better? Yeah, it was up tempo.
What do they say? What do they say in that situation? Oh, well, that worked, but we're not going to do that again. Is that what they say?
They must, because you're not going to see it again. I mean, you're just not. I mean,
that looked good, guys. That really worked. Well, we're going to cross that one.
Throw that one out.
Because they did. Remember, they did. He never caught another one the rest of the year. Yeah, I think they only ended up with a handful of catches. It's crazy. I mean, it was a quicker offense because I think they understand it has to be. There's not going to be. You're not going to have a lot of route combinations deep in the field unless you a max protect.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I keep saying this, but if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, oh God, I'm in trouble.
Yeah,
I got my work cut out for him.
I mean, maybe his ability to change the field, change the play at the line of scrimmage, and get him into something better. But I don't see them doing any long route combinations. I just don't. He's not a threat.
So it'll be like you said, Eddie. How fast did the ball get out there? It was like around 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're averaging. That's where we'll be at. The other way they'll negate it is you can start doing some draws. You can start doing some screens and whatnot. That'll also slow a pass rush down.
But there's nobody in the backfield that scares anybody. That's the problem. It's not like you have
I don't know. I don't think our backfield is – I think it's very serviceable, man. And I don't think you need scary anymore. You just need serviceable and reliable.
He didn't really do much. And we were talking – again, he got a toss sweep, and there were 17 people in the backfield again. They can't run that play. They can't run ones, twos, threes,
that one out.
fives, because they just can't run it. They don't know how to run a toss sweep.
Speaking of Rodgers, did you guys hear that he had a heated exchange with rookie Caleb Johnson at practice the other day?
Yeah, because he missed a block.
Okay. I didn't hear. I just heard it. I didn't hear what exactly it was about, but yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that's enough to piss you off.
And he had ice on his leg today.
He got stepped on. It was on I think he got raked down the shin.
Yeah, and he was sitting there with a big old ice bag.
Who?
Rogers.
Okay. And you guys hear the rumors too? He's been talking to Odell Beckham Jr. as well. He's been talking and trying to get him to come to the Steelers. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Yeah, there's 5 teams. I would sign him. Why wouldn't you sign him?
I would. Yeah.
Because you have to cover them. It's like any other player. They're going to have flashes of brilliance, right?
Yeah.
You don't unlearn that stuff. So there's no reason why they shouldn't sign him. It's not even going to cost them much money.
Yeah.
And you wait and here's the other thing you do. You can even wait to the first game of the season. Then none of it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right? Sign him the Monday after the first game. And,
I heard they worked out another linebacker too. Did you guys hear who it was? Because I didn't.
I didn't hear who it was.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, you just have to go to the thing and figure it out because they need depth.
The webs.
The webs. Let me see who they do.
All right. Let's talk this Cam Hayward contract dispute here. You know what, guys? I don't know what to say on this one. There's just a lot of I don't. I'm going to be kind of long-winded, so I'm going to let you guys have it first. So.
Well, it's a business, right? So I don't know why Cam signed a deal if he wanted to hold out, but there was an exchange and he was hoping for something in the future. So I don't know. I hope he gets whatever he wants so we can move on past it.
I think it's I just think it takes. Here's the problem. He was probably the best defensive player they had on the line last year.
Agreed. Right? I mean, he had an all-pro season. There's no dispute about that. I mean, you can't dispute that. He had an all-pro season.
Yeah, so he has that in his arsenal. But again, you're 37, bub. You're 37.
Correct. And that's what I mean, that's the one that's the one blemish that I have with this whole thing is he's 36, going to be 37. Listen, he signed that deal last year in September. It was a $29 million extension, September 2024, that has his contract through the 2026 season. He did say, hey, when I signed this contract, I told him if I have an all-pro season, we might be revisiting this next year. Listen, I believe him that he said that. I have no doubt that he did say that. I don't think he's lying on that. But, the Steelers kind of giggled at that, and what do you expect? I mean, it's, if that's the case, why the hell did you sign the contract? You signed a 2-year deal, and you want to come back now and revisit it? Plus,
also what it does is it doesn't allow the growth or maturation of anybody in that position behind him.
Correct.
It's stunting everyone's growth. You don't know how good Benton or Loudermilk are because they don't get to get on the field.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I get it. He feels that his pay doesn't reflect what he did on the field performance-wise, and you probably market value. He had a great 2024 season, no doubt about it. But you're seeking a pay raise, and he's also hinted that he's willing to sit out games if his contract isn't reworked. I mean, that's I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think that's why did you sign that deal? Why did you sign a 2-year deal? The Steelers hold the cards, okay? They hold the cards on this. I mean, they can tell them to go pound salt. I mean, you signed the deal, okay, so you said, if you have an all-pro season that you want to revisit it. Okay, they don't have to do that. You signed the freaking deal. They don't have to revisit it. There's I mean, that's just,
that's completely on him.
Right. He's been holding in during training camp. He's been at meetings, he's been at walkthroughs, but not full practices. And the Steelers aren't budging in this negotiation. It's very unclear at this point if they're going to meet his demands. I don't know that they should.
What does he want? His cap hit.
I'm not sure what he wants.
$19.65 million. What does he want? 25? I mean, that's outrageous.
I think it's 26 he wants.
Come on.
Right.
Well, that would make him the highest paid player on the team at 37. Right.
Let's look that up right now because I don't have the details on what he actually wants. I know
Billy, they worked out several linebackers.
Okay.
They worked out Chance Campbell, Wesley Steiner.
Yeah.
I don't know those guys.
I mean, I know I was listening to fan and they had, open lines on this whole thing. They wanted fans to call in and voice their opinions. And honestly, guys, it was pretty down the middle. I mean, some fans were supportive of, Hayward and, his desire to, get a better contract. And others were kind of critical of it and said, hey, you signed that extension last year. And I'm kind of in the latter camp. You signed that deal last year, buddy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're the one. Nobody held a gun to your head and said you had to sign this. You signed that deal last year, and okay, so you did tell them, well, if I have an all-pro season, we may be revisiting this next year. So what? What the hell does that mean?
Totally agree.
That means nothing.
Yeah.
That means absolutely nothing. And yeah, the Steelers laughed it off. I would have laughed it off too. I'd have been like, oh, okay. Strange that Cam is holding out when he criticized Rodgers for not signing quick enough.
That's true.
That's a very good point, Mike. That's a very, very good point.
You want
Mike.
to be a Steeler? Let's go.
Yeah, no, I could totally agree with you. That's a great point. Very great point. That calling the kettle black on that one. I agree.
Wait, there was a whole speech about the Steeler way or something at that time when he called Aaron Rodgers out, wasn't there?
There was.
There was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's misguided on his point. I mean, here's the positive of it though. Saves his body.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not. I mean, if you're a Steeler fan, he's not taking the bumps and bruises. Although he's going to have to build calluses at some point. But he's not taking them, any friendly fire. But I just think it's if the Steelers don't stand up, then they're just a weak organization. You can't keep paying these older players. It doesn't work. That's not the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I don't know if a playoff.
I don't know what I mean, there's nothing here that says I haven't heard it. I didn't hear it on the radio. I didn't hear it. There's nothing there that says about what exactly his demands are. I don't know.
26 is a little obnoxious.
I thought I heard 26, but I could be wrong.
So what's he going to do? Extend again for 2 years? I mean, you can't keep paying these players. Yeah. You have to see what you have in these younger people. Yeah. Otherwise, why are you drafting? Right?
Yeah.
You drafted 2 quarterbacks instead of Loudermilk and Benton.
Yeah, no, I agree with Michael. I mean, that's a very good point that I didn't even think of. I mean, you're right. I mean, he publicly called out Rodgers. It's, if you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, be a Pittsburgh Steeler. That's very good, I mean, 37-year-old. I mean, that's what I would say. I would say to him, Cam, 37 years old.
Right.
What do you want us to do? You're 37 years old. What do you want us to do? You really want us to give you more money?
Right. When you need,
I mean, this was just 11 months ago that he signed this,
Right. And you need wideouts. You need many help at other positions.
Yeah. I mean, he thinks it's a bad contract. Well, guess what?
Yell at your agent.
Yeah. I mean, he's not the victim, I don't think.
No, not at all.
I mean,
there's no doubting his performance last year. He performed so well that to the point of exhaustion, they had to carry him off the field, basically.
Right.
The guy's going to give you everything in his body. There's no doubt about that. But why did you sign the contract? And by the way, you're going to be 37.
Right. And I would tell him that. And I'm sure the Steelers have told him that. Cam, you're 30. You're going to be 37 soon. Why, what we can't take that, we already offered you a 2-year deal. You're on a 2-year contract right now that takes you through 2026 season. Why are we doing this? Why are we revisiting this when this is already done 11 months ago,
Right. His career, and by the way, his career earnings are $131 million to this point.
All right.
It almost doesn't make sense why he does it. It just doesn't. It's like against the grain.
Well, here's the other thing too, is that the way his contract is structured, is that he takes it on a signing bonus, right? So almost $14 million, well, $13.45 million as a roster bonus this year. So you're losing nearly half of that to taxes.
Right.
So, and his base is only 1.3, and his base next year is 1.3.
Yeah.
So, but
he's scheduled to make $14.75 million this season, with a 13.45 signing bonus.
Yep.
So, really? I mean, really? I don't know.
I don't think.
He said, here's what he said. He said it's hard to justify plays, and it's hard to justify playing this season for only $15 million. Well, hate to say this, but you're the one that signed that. It wasn't hard to justify it 11 months ago,
Right.
26 from 15. That doesn't sound right. He's on us for $9 more million this year, is he?
That's what he wants. I just don't think. I mean, they have money under the cap because of the Watt thing and the gerrymandering of the cap. So they have $36 million. right, of available cap space because of what they did with Watt's contract. So, I mean, you give him 9, that puts you 25. Going into the season, that's pretty good. That's not going to get you a high-priced starter that's been dropped because of cap casualty. I think you sit at 36 and you tell him to, love what you've done, buddy. We'll talk about it next year, maybe.
Right.
Because you can't pay. It's like people at work who stay in their position just to stay in their position, even though they have no value added anymore. They don't like their job. They're just doing it either out of spite or they don't like their home life.
Yeah. Would you work a deal where it's his last year in Steeltown?
Well, I mean, it's gonna the end is nigh. Everyone ends.
Right.
You haven't done anything with him.
Yeah.
Nothing with him.
Yeah. I mean, hey, there's no guarantee he's going to have a stellar season like he had last year. I tell you what,
the previous year where he was hurt 8 games.
Well, here's the other thing. We talk about TJ Watt. TJ Watt's 6.5 years younger than him. So I mean, okay, well,
yeah, you're right. You got the half right. You're awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, it's it's just my point is I think TJ could have what if he has an All-Pro season? I'd like to see it. I think it's but I mean, I just what happens if Hayward goes down and gets an injury and career over? Yeah, exactly. Had that groin issue,
and also you have Highsmith with a groin issue. That's going to be if he doesn't get it fixed or rest a tremendous amount of rest. That's going to be all year long. Right. And what's that do? Just keep double teaming Watt,
right?
Keep double teaming Watt, and then Highsmith has nothing to add. Then you're relying on rookies and a handful of second-year players that you think might be something.
All right, another
what
guy.
Happens if it is Benton and Harmon that they like, and he's like, either just pay me now then because he doesn't see himself on the field. What happens if it's something to that effect?
It probably is because here's the thing, is that they're stuck in this loyalty thing. It is a business. I'm sorry. Yeah, the guy was a great warrior, but it was a business. It's a business. You cannot give him more money. You just can't.
Well,
I mean, he's no doubting his effort. We're not, but at the end of the day, it's still a business. You have to develop young players.
Well, he made that call, and do you think he's lying when he said that? Do you think he really said that to them? Like, hey, if I have an All-Pro season, we're going to revisit this.
That at all.
Right. I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's lying. But I mean,
to your point, Billy, what does that mean? Who cares?
Yeah. The Steelers probably laughed that off, and there's a rumor that they actually giggled when he said that. And I mean,
or their retort was, if you had a bad year, we're definitely going to visit, right?
Yeah, I would have laughed it off too, because joke's on you, pal. You signed the deal. I mean, I'm that's.
Did he not have any incentives in there? That's got to be one of the incentives he had in his contract, like All-Pro, because they all put that in there, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But
all I'm saying is, we may him saying, well, we're going to revisit this next year if I have an All-Pro season. Okay. Well, our stance is going to still be the same, is what I would say if I was the Steelers. Our stance is going to, you signed the freaking deal, pal. You signed the deal. It's a 2-year deal. It's not a 1-year deal. It's a 2-year deal. We don't have to revisit anything. We can revisit it after 2026 when the deal expires.
Right.
So. All right, another guy with a contract dispute, Chris Boswell. I mean, current contract, signed a 4-year, $20 million extension with the Steelers, tying him with Justin Tucker as the highest paid kicker at the time. His current deal pays him $3,120,000 in both 25 and 26. He's seeking a raise, the lowest paid kicker in the AFC North last season, and is looking for a raise to reflect the current market value of kickers, especially given his performance. Listen, 2024 he made career high 41 field goals on 44 attempts. He was 41 for 44. Was perfect on extra points. Second Pro Bowl selection. I don't know. Here again, the Steelers typically wait until the player's final year to look at restructuring a contract. Okay,
that's why they're a bad organization. You do it before they know they're good.
Right. He has 2 years left on his current contract, which again runs through 2026. they may choose to restructure his current deal or offer a new contract to reflect this value. I mean, what do you guys think?
What is it, like 1.7 or something like that? I heard he wants more.
And that's what I heard too. Yeah, that's what they said. It was 1.7.
I don't know, Eddie. Is there any this market value stuff? Does anything hold water to them asking for this stuff or not?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Then give it to him, right?
Listen, I'm gonna say this about Boswell, and I hate that people always want to downplay the kicker. They always want to do this. They always want to downplay the kicker. I heard some guy on the fan today. Well, kicking's not a real football position.
Say that deep in the playoffs.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ on that one. I disagree wholeheartedly on that one. Let me tell you something, okay? The opening game last year against the Falcons, he kicked 6 field goals in an 18-10 win. Now you're telling me, okay, that was he won them that game, okay? Let's also look at Week 11 against the Ravens. Kicked 6 field goals in that one in an 18-16 win. There's 2 games right there he won for you last year.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, he'd be like Ray Finkel for the Dolphins. Remember when he missed it?
You had an inept offense, a stagnant, inept joke of an offense last year, and this guy was one of the reasons why you were able to squeak out some of these wins. And there was other wins too. I mean, these were the big ones. These are the ones, 2 wins last year that he single-handedly won for them. Like I said, Week 1 against the Falcons, kicked 6 field goals in an 18-10 win, and in Week 11 against the Ravens, 6 more field goals in an 18-16 win. Okay, that guy totally won you both of those games. There was probably a handful of other games, Ed. We've looked at this too. We confirmed this. There was about a handful of other games that he nailed 1 or 2 field goals in there that won you the game. That were close games. So this guy, you're looking at probably a good 6 games that this guy basically won for you last year. And people still want to downplay the kicking positions. They still have the audacity to downplay the kicking position. People out there listening, let's hear what you say about the kicker. What do you think about the kicker? I want to hear what you guys think, because I tell you what, like I've said before, you can't take the foot out of football, and it's a very important position. When you look at it, your kicker is usually your highest scorer on your team.
Always.
And always. And so this whole downplaying of the kicking, it needs to stop. It really does. And I think the same way with punters as well. It's very pivotal.
And the offense isn't getting any better, so we're going to have to rely on the kickers.
Correct.
By the way, the running back ran the wrong route at practice, which caused an ire and it was not a simple conversation. It was an extremely heated argument.
Yeah.
So there you go. He's showing his true colors now.
Yeah.
No longer. But and here's the other thing, Billy, to get back to the kicker thing. Once you enter the kicker carousel, sometimes it doesn't end. Right. I mean, the team I support had 6 kickers last year. 6. Yeah. 6. So if you have stability there, you do everything you can to maintain that stability.
Right. Exactly. And I think they ought to pay him. I think you ought to pay this guy, because he was the reason why you won the games you did last year.
He deserves it.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. All these people that are coming down and saying, I could not believe. I'm driving home today from Giant Eagle, and I literally, I wanted to almost. I was like doing. I was getting so mad. I was doing what is it? Like isometrics or plyometrics on the steering wheel. I almost put my freaking, hands through the freaking dash. I was so mad. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like the Matrix?
Guys calling in saying, it's not a real position. What are you talking about? Are you an idiot? Obviously, you know nothing about football to make a stupid ass statement like that. It's just unbelievable.
He wants 1.6.
I thought they said it was a 1.7 additional that he wanted. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what I had heard.
So put him at $5.4 million. I don't think that's unreasonable.
I don't either.
I don't either.
I don't either. And you know what? All you have to do is throw your stats down on the table, and throw the stats that I talked about. The 6 field goals in week 1 and 6 field goals in week 11 that accounted for the entire you accounted for all the entire scoring in both those games, and a handful of others that changed the outcome.
Plus, it's just not a carousel you want to get on. It's not a fun ride.
Right.
Because kickers are very are unique in their position where they have to be almost, they have to be in the right headspace.
It's not an egregious amount, right?
No. I mean, percentage-wise, you could argue, but who cares?
I mean, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs,
the field goals are good back in return.
Yeah.
If you're a high-powered offense that's scoring a lot, I don't know. I think you could maybe say, well, we can go out and find somebody, of lesser value of you and still be okay. I tell you what, Steelers, they don't have that option. I mean, stagnant offense last year. I think going to be slightly better this year, but if you don't have a good kicking game, it might cost you some games. Just saying.
Of course it will. So, why would, especially in an area where the weather's not that good.
Real quick, I want to talk about this too. What do you think about Cameron Austin in this Wakeman? I mean, there's been a pretty big competition for the punter. Both have looked pretty good. I kind of got to give it to Cameron Austin. I think he's. I tell you what, he had some nice punts in that Jacksonville game, and so did Wakeman. He looked pretty good as well. But I think that's another flip side of the kicking game. You need good punting. Punters are the ones that on a failed possession, they're the ones that can pin your opponent's offense back in their own zone, and can make it harder for them to drive the field. So I don't know. I think that they've got a good problem having both those guys performing very well right now. But
I think that's going to come down to price.
Yeah,
whoever's the cheapest.
Right. Well, not just the cheap. I don't think they'll go with the cheapest, but if it comes down to their neck and neck, they'll go with the cheapest. But I still think there's 2 more games to go. Let's get some more film and see who can compete.
It's a difference of $2.3 million. That $2.3 million that pays your actual place kicker.
Right.
It might.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like Austin. It's unfortunate he got hurt in the first game of season last year, tearing his MCL.
Yeah.
He's made a full recovery. He looks good. I mean, they said he's back and he's looking good. But you got to give it to Wakeman here too. He's had a good camp. He's had a very good camp, and he's been giving him a little bit of a run for his money. So, but
one's 30, one's 33. The 30-year-old makes $1.1 million. I think they go with the 30-year-old.
Yeah. All right. Any other news for Steeler wise that we want to talk about? I mean, what are you looking for the Bucks? I mean, what do you mean?
Well, it's hard to say. I wish they would televise those scrimmages. I mean, I heard an idea from Jim Miller where you open up the stadium for 4 days, right? Mm-hmm. Charge a nominal fee, maybe $10 to get in, right? And those people that can't afford to go to the game, now you can go, 4 different times and watch, them play the Buccaneers. The 7-on-7s, the 1-on-1s, the 11 the 11-on-11. And you do it at the Steelers stadium or actual stadium. So you make, and the NFL, of course, would make gobs of cash doing it.
Right.
But I think it kind of allows, especially in the summertime, it allows for many more people to view it. So,
yeah.
But it's going to be who plays, Billy.
Yeah.
Kids should be able to get them for free.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Great.
18 and under free.
Yep. All right, let's go around the league here. Browns rookie QB Shedeur Sanders sustains a oblique injury and is unlikely to play against the Eagles this week. What did you think of his performance last week, guys?
I think it was worthy of having his jersey retired. I mean, come on,
I
seriously.
think Skylar Thompson had a better outing than he did.
The guy again. Your 3s and 4s. He went in and did what he was supposed to. Was he dominant in any fashion? No, he was not dominant. Did he make good throws? He did, right? But the idea that he should be taking first team.
Well,
reps,
yeah, I mean,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, or exactly. I mean, I just this is here we go again with this. I mean, it's just kind of,
Remember, there was a quarterback. I don't know if you guys, because you're younger. There was this quarterback that performed in the preseason every year. He was fantastic, fantastic. His name was Vince Evans. Remember Vince Evans?
Yeah,
the guy was great. He was like he was a star
I do remember.
Every preseason he was a star. He eventually hooked on with the Raiders. He started a few games, but I mean, it's the same thing. If you go in there and do exactly what you're supposed to do, you should look better than players that are that are going to be struggle to make the UFL roster. You should look better.
In 2023, Kenny Pickett looked amazing.
I kept telling you that. You didn't believe me, but I kept telling you.
Bills running back James Cook ends his contract, agreeing to a 4-year deal.
You know what I say to that, Billy?
What's that?
If not now, when? That team, I'm telling you, is absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
Every position, they have depth, they have stars, they're loaded.
Yeah.
If they don't, they have to. What do you do if you're Baltimore and or Buffalo? Only one team's going to get to the Super Bowl. If neither one of them gets to the Super Bowl, what do? Do you sit both of them? You sit Sean McDermott down and you sit, Josh Allen and go, okay, I guess we're just going to be mediocre. I mean, the Steelers embrace mediocrity. Maybe we'll do the same because they have to get to a Super Bowl, either one of those teams. Otherwise, you're talking about blowing things up.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
you have players in their prime. I mean, what do you think you do? What would you do, Trace, if you're if you were in charge of either team? Go with Buffalo. What would you do? Because they're loaded this year, absolutely loaded.
You have to be all in. It's Allen's prime, and they're wasting it. Like they need the iron is hot right now. Like whatever it takes, whatever is left over to go get whoever you got to sign, do whatever you got to do to get that ring coming your way.
The only flaw I see on Buffalo is they don't have a kicker, but I fully expect Buffalo to sign Justin Tucker.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Take the 10-game suspension because Bass is not that good.
Right.
Take the 10-game suspension and have
right in the playoffs.
Right.
But
if they heard that they have a shot at going undefeated, they really do. Because their division is ass.
And I mean, he played in Baltimore, but he played in that AFC North. He's kicked in bad weather. He's kicked in the cold.
He can kick in the cold. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still you still get cold and snowy weather in Baltimore. So I mean, he's
Eddie. You know what I was watching today? Sorry, Bill, I did not mean to cut you off there, but I was watching Josh Allen at their stadium. They did something to their stadium this year.
Well, they're building a new one.
Yeah.
So no, it was cool. If you get a chance, everybody go look at that tutorial. It's got to be online somewhere. But the wind, there's like no wind that comes into that stadium. They cut it out completely. It's crazy.
They scienced it, is what Pagula
said. Yeah, that's exactly what they said. That was weird.
Yeah, completely took it out. You won't even feel any of that harsh wind coming off that Lake Erie. I thought that was wild as well. I didn't know that they were able to do that, but they did it. Because that's the first thing Allen said when he stepped on the dirt. He's like, wow, there's wind. Yeah. He's like, yeah, we scienced it out.
Yeah.
So there's that.
All-Pro Myles Garrett ticketed after police say he drove 100 miles per hour in a Cleveland suburb.
Billy, it's his 8th ticket since 2002.
Yeah, he's
you can't be that stupid. You just can't.
He is that stupid.
Yeah,
he's one dumb son of a bitch.
Clearly because he won't stop.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit, in my opinion, and that's putting it mildly. So, Packers quarterback Jordan Love out for at least a week after having procedure on left thumb. Tore ligaments. They had to cut it open and repair the ligaments.
Question for both of you: is he just perpetually hurt? Because he's been perpetually hurt. He's a good player.
I'm not saying anything, but they got their ass kicked by the Jets week 1 in preseason. I mean, I know there was guys they got their ass handed to them. What was it, like 41 to?
Well, the Jets have a very good defense. They had Sauce in for one series, and that dude can play.
Yeah. No, and I'm not reading in too much into it, but I don't.
Jordan Love is he perpetually hurt? I mean, the guy's
been
hurt every year.
He's been hurt. Yeah, I mean, he's been hurt a lot. Having lived up there and watched the Packers, I mean, he's been hurt a lot. I don't know. I'm just not sold on him too much. He said he needs to run more. Is what he said. He said that they interviewed him when Jim and Pat were at Packers training camp. He said he wants to run more this year, and I'm like,
dude, you're hurt all the time.
I don't know if you want to run more there, buddy. You're gonna play about 3 games. You're gonna be hurt.
Yeah, you might end up like Coach Lance, huh?
Although he looks like a quarterback now.
I want to ask you this, Ed, because I know you're probably up on this. NFL appeals Nevada Supreme Court ruling allowing John Gruden's lawsuit to proceed. Court rules John Gruden can't be forced into arbitration with NFL. Explain.
So what the NFL wanted to do is force him into arbitration because guess who the arbiter is?
Jesus?
Nope, Roger Goodell. Close. He thinks he's Jesus. So the court actually said that it's they used it. What did they say? They said it was.
Is the answer Jesus?
Yeah, no, it's not. it's Roger Goodell. They said it was absolutely ludicrous that Goodell is allowed to do this, and they said it's not going to happen. They said that it's a bad business model. Oh, before you end, fire Tomlin. Oh, Todd is so consistent.
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah. So what that means is because the NFL leaked slowly. And now if he goes before Roger Goodell, what do you think Roger Goodell's going to do? He's gonna err on the side of the NFL, right?
Yeah.
So finally, a federal judge says, "Yeah, that's never going to happen." So they're looking for arbitration now. That's what the NFL wants, an independent arbiter to because they want to pay him off just like they did Colin.
What would you think about Gruden going to the college ranks?
He's going to come back in the NFL as a coordinator, no doubt.
Yeah,
it'll be within the next 2 years. He'll be a coordinator.
All right, let's talk a little Pirates. O'Neal Cruz on the 7-day concussion IL.
They lost by 2 touchdowns last night.
I know. How about that? I mean,
Skeens got hammered.
He got hammered. Yeah, I was gonna say he got hammered, routed.
What was today? 12-5.
You know what? I didn't pay attention today. I gotta be honest with you. I did not pay attention. What? Their 12th consecutive loss now? Yeah.
They're just. I mean, I don't know. I would not know what to do with that team. They lost 12-5 today.
Yeah.
So
and Brewers are red hot. I tell you what, the Brewers I think are going to win the division for sure. Yeah, I mean they're red hot. So I
tell you what I did like though, Billy.
Euchre's got to be celebrating in heaven there, watching these guys.
That's hilarious. Yeah. But Bednar moved on, right?
Yeah.
To the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
Guess what his walkout song is?
Renegade.
Dude, it was awesome. Come on, I watched that video. Like, that's hilarious.
Let me ask you this: Would it shock you if the Pirates re-signed him again in the offseason?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I think that's going to happen. I think he's going to finish out the season, obviously, with the Yankees, and I think he's going to be right back. I don't think he's going to be. They're going to re-sign him in the offseason. I think
if I'm the Pirates, I look to 2 teams. I look at the Miami Marlins with no payroll whatsoever, 57 and 62, and I look at Tampa Bay Devil Rays, 58 and 63, no payroll.
Right.
It can be done. They're just a poor organization.
Well, yeah. I mean, and we said it before. Ben Cherington he's terrible. I said it.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, go get Billy Bean.
Well, when they fired Shelton, it should have been a 2-for-1 deal. They should have gotten rid of him as well.
That's what the Nationals did.
Yeah.
They cleaned house. And
by the way, totally off subject, why in the hell is Derek Shelton on the MLB network giving any kind of expertise on anything? I mean, why in the hell is he on the MLB network?
Great question.
Running his yap about the guy is an idiot. He is a complete utter moron. Yeah, I mean, why would you hire this moron, this guy who has just been a failure his entire career, to give any kind of analysis on the MLB network? Why? Why would you do it? It's just stupid. So I mean, I saw him on there, and I was like, is this like I don't know, Make-A-Wish or something like that? Is it,
I think it is. I think it's a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Jeez. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, I just why would you give that guy any have him give him a mic and tell him to give some analysis on the MLB?
Because he's cheap.
Yeah, well,
doesn't cost nothing.
So
don't cost nothing.
Penguins. I mean, we're like a month away from camp starting, guys.
Wow.
Final
season for Sid in Pittsburgh.
No.
I don't.
Got to be Malkin's final season.
Oh, definitely
Maybe,
Malkin.
yes.
Definitely Malkin. Definitely Letang. I think.
Definitely Kmart. Definitely.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to say that.
Well, I mean, what do you think about this whole thing with Lemieux? I mean, do you think is there any chance he buys back this team? I mean, I know they're well.
Give me a break. If you're $75 million off, that's ridiculous. Come up with the $75 million, right? There's
a way to do it. I mean, they need a rich partner. They need and Lemieux's worth like $300 million. Burkle's worth like what, 1.2 or something billion.
Billion, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to. There has to be somebody in their circle that even a multiple, even like maybe two more guys to push this over the line. Number one, well, yeah, exactly. What about Sid? Exactly. Bottom line is, maybe you should have vetted FSG a little bit better when you sold the team. I mean, now you're doing. I mean, it's just kind of like there's seller's remorse here, you know.
So Sid's career earnings are $156 million.
Well,
it's not enough for Sid.
Is that?
I think he's done a lot.
Is that like player's salary, or there's got to be more endorsements?
That's just player salary.
Okay, so he with endorsements and stuff like that, because he does a lot of endorsements. I know he does.
Plus, he probably has investments too.
You're right, and I know he does a lot in Canada. He's definitely worth a lot of money, no doubt about it. So, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I mean,
they're terrible, but they got the right guy in charge, Bill. They got a guy who does really well with the youth.
Yeah, and he's coaching the oldest team. He does really well with the youths, and he's coaching the oldest team. Figure that one out. Figure that one out.
Right,
Dubas. That's a Dubas. That's typical Dubas. You know,
it's terrible. They're
terrible. Putting an elevator in an outhouse, man, and don't go.
Don't.
All right, Pitt football. Any storylines you've heard from camp? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I've not heard anything from
none.
I've heard.
I think it's gonna be a long season. I think this is gonna be the last season for the coach, and then we'll be able to move on.
I know they said Kyle Lewis has had a good camp. Has looked really good. You know, the linebacker. Yeah. I haven't heard any. I know one other thing too. The offensive line is shuffling a lot of their lineups. They're trying to figure out the best five in this training camp. I tell you what, when you're doing that, that's not a good sign when you're shuffling lineups in training camp to find your best five offensive linemen. Yeah, that's not a good sign when you hear that. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're less than what? We're like 2.5 weeks from them playing Duquesne and Acrisure.
Yep, that mighty Duquesne.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. So. All right, let's talk a little Riverhounds. Ed and I were there last week. We wrote the article. We took the pictures. Actually, no, Ed wasn't there. I was there. I wrote the article and took the pictures. We'll be both there this week.
Yes, we will.
But Orange County, unbelievable game.
Still unbeaten. That's a long unbeaten streak, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable match. Able to get that equalizer, and I tell you what, they had some chances too at the end there, but unfortunately couldn't hammer it home. I tell you what, this team's looking a lot better. I know Bob Lilly. I mean, he was in the press conference late last week, and we didn't really get a lot of questions in. I didn't get any questions in with him, unfortunately. But I mean, I know he's very pleased with where his team is. I mean, obviously he would have liked a win there and not a draw. But it's, like you said, it's lengthening that unbeaten streak. Yep. And I tell you what, whenever you're able to lengthen an unbeaten streak, you usually get in the postseason. and you usually, can fare pretty well sometimes in the postseason. I have faith in this team. I really do. I think that they're. I think that they're getting better. They're like a fine wine. They're getting better with age, and I see each and every, as the calendar turns, I see them getting better. I don't know. What do you see, Ed? Do you see that as well? I mean,
Bill, they haven't lost in a month, so I think they're doing very well. He needs to.
I've never heard you guys say that. That's pretty darn positive.
Well, he needs to pile up the wins as they go. They got a lot of road games as opposed to home games. 5 home games, last 6 road games.
Why
so
not?
I think they're primed for the playoffs.
We'll be back down there Saturday, you and I, and then they go on a pretty extensive road trip. They're not back till I think September 7th.
Right.
So they go on a pretty extensive road trip, and then I think there's only 4 home games left after this one, 4 or 5.
Yes, 4.
So I mean, this is I mean, there's a lot. It's the season's winding down, and I think they're in a really pretty good place right now.
They're ready to go, buddy.
All right. Well, I think that about does it. Anything else we want to talk about real quick? Anything? Nothing?
No. Have a good week. Enjoy the games.
Okay. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I just want to make one note to everybody, or announcement. We're gonna have the Gridiron Weekly, but it's going to be moved to Friday this week. And that's going to be Friday this week at 7:15. So tune in for that. We got to move it from our normal schedule tomorrow night. We've got some scheduling conflicts. We're not going to do that too much often, but we got to do that tomorrow night. So we're going to move it from Thursday to Friday. So tune in for that. And also, we're going to tune in because in a few weeks here, August 26th to be exact, we're going to be doing it on a Tuesday. We're going to have Zig Fracassi, NFL analyst on Sirius XM Radio, is going to be joining us. He's joined us once before last year. He's going to be on again. We're going to talk, NFL regular season. That'll be good because that'll be right when the end of the last weekend of preseason games, and that'll be kind of like the time before regular season starts. So it'll be a good time to have him on. So
when do you have Ray on, Bill?
Well, I'm gonna be messaging him. We may have him on very momentarily. So look for that as well, folks. We'll be getting him back on the show as well. Ray Fittipaldo, Steelers beat writer for the Post-Gazette. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we will be back next week. And take care, and we'll talk to you next week.
Enjoyed it.